Yeah, welcome to Reezy Does It. I am T Reezy, and today we're gonna discuss, in my opinion, two of the dopest rap albums to ever be released. Both of them came out in '91, and both acts are from the city of Compton, California. And those albums are "Quik Is the Name" by DJ Quik versus "NIGGAZ4LIFE" by NWA. First, I'm gonna talk about Quik. Um, Quick jumped out on the scene hard with that born and raised in Compton, tonight, and around this time, this is around the time that California started the West Coast takeover. California ran the rap game for most of the 90s, to be honest. And the city of Compton played a huge part in that. Compton probably played a huger part than any other city on the West Coast. You had Oakland with, artists like Too Short, Spice One. I feel like I'm leaving out somebody. Loonies. But the city of Compton, all the members in WA, including Ice Cube, DJ Quik, IC, second to none. But DJ Quik, yeah, he jumped out strong with that Quik Is the Name. He did some work for Death Row on the All Eyes on Me project. He engineered the project. And Quik is a super dope producer. If it wasn't for Dr. Dre, DJ Quik would probably be the best producer to come out of the state of California. Quik started the Banging on Wax. Actually, Easy wanted to sign Quik in one time. I'm not sure what happened with it or why it didn't take place. And Quik and Easy did a song together called Trust No B on the Penthouse Players Quik album. And some of my favorite songs on this Quik Is the Name album would be Sweet Black P, Tonight, Born and Raised in Compton, Quik Is the Name, The Bomb Bud, Loped Out Hood, 8 Ball, Quick's Groove, and I Got That Feeling. So Quik brought along artists like High C, Second to None, AMG, and they were a strong unit at the time, very strong. Compton was making so much noise that an artist named Tim Dog from the Bronx, from New York, had to make a song called F Compton, because New York artists didn't like that. They didn't like the West Coast coming and taking over the rap game on something they felt like they created. But that's absolutely what the West Coast did. And Quik played a part in that, along with NWA and others. But Quik was definitely one of the pioneers from Compton. NWA, they're the ultimate pioneers from Compton, but Quik played a role just the same. Quik had an ongoing beef with MC8 too, and they squashed that beef. MC8 from Compton's Most Wanted, and they ended up squashing that beef, which was smart on their end, as far as I'm concerned, on their end. And Quik, if you notice, Quik leaves the C out of Quik. Quik is from Compton, from Treetop, and Quik has definitely put the work in, man. That Quik Is the Name album is one of my favorite rap albums ever. I was a young teen when it came out, and a super dope album, man. Super dope production, super dope quality, just super dope songs. Quik definitely did his thing, man, and Quik is still making noise out here today. So that DJ Quik Is the Name, very strong album. If y'all hadn't heard it, look it up. Look it up. Check for yourself. And next, we're going to get into an album that most of y'all have heard or heard of, and that's NWA, NIGGAZ4LIFE. And the members of NWA would be Eazy-E, Dr. Dre, MC Ren, and DJ Yella at this time, because Ice Cube had already left the group by this time. And most of the writing was done by the D.O.C. and MC Ren. Ice Cube, of course, wrote a lot before he left the group. He wrote the majority of the project for Easy Does It, Easy's album. Wrote a lot for the NWA, Straight Outta Compton album. And projects that even came out before Straight Outta Compton, like NWA and the Posse. So NWA was on Ruthless Records, which was the first independently black-owned label by a rapper that made that much noise. I mean, you had Luke Skywalker, Luke Records from Miami, but they didn't get the type of nationwide exposure or push like NWA did. And Ruthless Records, brought to us by Eazy-E, gave us artists such as JJ Fad, the D.O.C, Miss Chalet, Bud Law. All these artists did really well under Eazy and on Ruthless. JJ Fad created the song Supersonic, which is one of the biggest songs in rap history. The D.O.C, of course, one of the best lyricists ever, in my opinion. Miss Chalet did her thing. Miss Chalet started the hip hop soul before there was a Mary Blige or Keisha Cole, and Bud Law definitely did their thing with Black Superman and many other great songs. But my favorite songs off the NWA Niggas for Life album would be Real Niggas Don't Die, Niggas for Life, Always Into Some, Message to B.A., which is the interlude to the song before they dissed Cube. So a lot of people look at it like, well, Cube came with no Vaseline. Cube did not start this. Cube didn't start the beef. They dissed Cube first, and Cube felt like he had no choice but to respond. In my opinion, No Vaseline is the best diss track of all time, because one man, Ice Cube, dismantled an entire group, probably the hottest rap group in the world at that time, NWA. So got to give props to Cube for his work. And then, the song they dissed Cube was on called Real Niggas. Then you got Find Them, F Them, and Flee. Automobile, She Swallowed It, I'd Rather F You. This was a very dope album. Keep in mind, like I said, both of these albums came out in 91. Quik came out in January 91, and the NWA came out in May of 91. Both were super dope albums, super dope production. Of course, you got, Dr. Dre made all the beats. Cuts by DJ Yella. Ren is a very underestimated artist, in my opinion. Ren doesn't get the credit at all he deserves. Ren and Eazy were close before the music. And from what I understand, both of them are from Kelly Park in Compton. And, you got, I named them all. MC Ren, Eazy, Dre, and Yella. So this was a very dope album after NWA released 100 Miles and Running, which was their first project without Cube. 100 Miles and Running was okay to me, but Niggas for Life is one of my favorite rap albums ever, man. NWA did a phenomenal job stepping up to the plate without Cube, so hats off to NWA for that. And this album, very, very well-known album. Sometimes I wonder if this album is better than Straight Outta Compton. In my opinion, it sort of is. And like I said, I like the way that they stepped up without Cube. And they had to. And they did, Very successful album. All the members of the group were successful, doing solo ventures. Very, very dope album. Like I said, both of these albums are from the city in Compton. Compton played a huge part in the takeover for the West Coast in the 90s. But if I had to pick an album that I would say is better, all in all, I'm about to go with DJ Quik. Quik is a name. And I know a lot of people do not agree with that. But listen to these songs, listen to these albums track for track, and tell me what you think. And Quik was a solo artist. Quik had a huge influence in the South when he dropped that Quik is the Name. Not only on the West Coast, but in the South too. Quik made a song called Just Like Compton on the album right after this one, Way Too Funky. He made a song called Just Like Compton, and it tripped Quik out. They were going to cities like St. Louis, San Antonio, Denver, and seeing, Crips and Bloods, and couldn't believe the influence that LA niggas had on the whole country, But in my opinion, I would have to give it to DJ Quik. Quik is a name, hella dope album, and it's classic, legendary project, man. But both of these albums are super dope. But if you ask me, I would have to give it to DJ Quik with Quik is a Name. Before I get out of here, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in, continuing to support the show, continuing to support the channel. I greatly appreciate it. Y'all could have been listening to anything, but you listened to me, and I appreciate y'all, you feel me? But before I get out of here, guess what? Man, you should have known by now. Reezy does it.